In the past, like maybe 10 years, there's been this massive interest in society, social media of I want a bigger butt, I want to look better. It's kind of been a trend of South America, kind of went up to into the States, and it's one of those surgeries that we're getting, very, very high interest requests for is in make my buttock bigger, fuller, smaller waist. And it's been a fantastic surgery that we've been doing for the past probably about 10 years. The evolution of it was really, we started with fat transfer. We basically take fat from other parts of the body and move into the buttock for volumization purposes and improvement of the shape and fullness. We can make some accommodations to that. And we've been very successful with that. Evolution and techniques have improved the outcomes, but there are certain populations of patients that are not good candidates for the surgery. To increase the volume of the proportions that they want. They want a little bit fuller buttocks, very small waist. These ratios are at some point there's a limit to what we can do with just fat, and that's where butt implants come into. I've been very particular with the implants I'm using, and these implants are giving me a shape and a volume projection that I can't even get close to with just fat alone. First class of patients who've had a buttock augmentation with fat alone is one. And they want more volume, they want more projection. They just don't have the fat. It's all been sucked out of them. They have no more donor fat. They're done. So at that point, really the only choice to give them is really an augmentation with an implant to further enhance that volume and shape. And so that's candidate one. The second candidate typically is someone who's very lean, very thin framed, doesn't really have a fat store to help me move to get these proportions that they want. They want a very full round buttock, small waist. They just don't have the supply. It's a supply-demand issue. More demand, you need some supply. They don't have it. So with the implant, I'm able to give that patient those proportions, improve the volume, improve their shape, do what they want. And on top of that, I also do an additional surgery with the implant as well. I do fat transfer at the same time to kind of enhance the shape. I soften the edges and the contours of the implant to give it more of a natural appearance and a little bit more of volumetric shaping purposes of that sort. So the results are fantastic. I can't get those shapes and proportions without an implant that these patients are looking for. Been very successful with this surgery. I've had no complication rates. There's no limitation in their function and how they live their everyday life. They're able to exercise, do everything normally as any other patient would.